Hello and happy Friday. I'm excited. I haven't gone live in quite some time, and I've been talking about starting to do it again. And I said, you know what? I've just gotten out of a client meeting. I just sprayed the sunroom for bugs because seriously, I saw a spider. Thankfully, it was dead. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go live because, again, and I used to do this a lot. So I want to just hello, welcome, and, let me know what you're, I'm on a few different platforms. So you might have to let me know who you are if it doesn't actually come up. But happy Friday. This is April 1st. It's the first Friday of the month of April. It's April Fool's Day. It's the beginning of Q2. So there's a lot going on today that's wrapped up in this April 1st day of ours. So I want to hear, what were your wins this week? What are you celebrating? For me, I think it's it's felt like this week was really long. I traveled last week for an event with a client, which was really nice to actually. We've met face to face previously, but this was an actual live event that she was hosting. So we were able to obviously meet again face to face, but then also have time spent with others. And so that was a lot of fun. It was a great, kind of flight out. Flight back in was late, but it was still really nice. And it was great to be out and about again. I guess we can say that. And so that was really a great feeling for this past week. But then it was like after that, it just really felt like a lot of different kind of, kind of things slowed down with that client and things ramped up with another client. And it just felt like a really kind of chaotic week in some respects because of just different things that were taking place. However, we've made it to Friday. So, looking back at that, I'm definitely excited about what is to come as I think more travel and things of that sort kind of pop up on our radars a bit more nowadays. So, I'm looking forward to it. Who else is excited about traveling? Let me know. If you catch the replay, let me know in the comments. Another thing for this week is I shared with my fellow directors of operations a job posting because I feel like I am at that point again where I'm going to need to bring someone onto my team. But for those who were around last year, you know that there were some not so great hires that presented themselves super well in interviews, first round interviews, second round interviews, test project. And then things just went south very quickly and very badly. So I have been quite a bit gun shy about hiring, I'll be honest. And yeah, I've gotten some good feedback. I nurture people on others' teams. So it's like I'm going to have to do some of that on my own. So I am nervously excited on this April 1st as it relates to looking to hire. So, yeah, I appreciate all the prayers going forward on that one. That I really do find that really right fit person for me. So I'm definitely nervously excited about that. It is not for the faint of heart. Running a business is not for the faint of heart. Being a parent is not for the faint of heart when your kids are at college and it's like some things happen and you're just like, what in the world? And other things that you're like, yay, that's great celebration time. So it's just definitely, there's a ton of things that are not for the faint of heart if we're honest with one another. So in addition to that, I'm trying to think of what else am I celebrating for this week. Really just I've finished up. Let me see here. So I finished reading The Secrets to Capitalizing on Analytics. So I finished that. I also finished, wait a minute, I have, because these were audible. So I have to let you know because I've been sharing what I was reading. And sometimes I don't know where things are on my phone. I also finished Upstream by Dan Heath, and that was a really good one. And Level Up, which is Stacey Abrams and her business partner Laura Hodgson's book. That was another great one. So that's what I finished. I'm currently listening to Good to Great, and it's not near me, but I have another book that I'm actually going to crack open and read. So I have been loving the getting back into reading more, and even if it's sometimes Audible. And I'm excited because I'm going to start taking a course called Building a Second Brain. And if you know me, like my strength finder, one of them is input, like tens and tens of stuff do I take in, and really wanting to have a format and a method of actually cataloging and keeping that information so that it's much more readily available, because yeah, I am that person. So yeah, I read blah, 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 and it said blah, blah, blah. So excited about that. That's coming up April 12th. So I'm going to be building a second brain, which sounds really freaky, especially when I shared it with my son. He was like, "Now that sounds interesting. Tell me more." And I was like, "So really it's about data and this, that, and the other." He was like, "Oh, yeah." It kind of had a sexier title, I think, than what actually was going to take place. And then let's talk about that. Q1 is over. It ended yesterday. How did you do? How are you feeling about it? When you're thinking about looking back, like any sort of reflections, and then looking forward to Q2, anything that you are excited about, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. I'm excited about this hire, nervously excited, and what that can definitely mean. And then also just really continuing to geek out and nerd out on my analytics side, which I'm so happy that I am kind of touching base with again. I did a lot of that previously, and it just kind of went away. And I was like, you know what? It's really great to kind of be back in that space. So that feeling of trying to avoid the feeling of overwhelm, but definitely enjoying the additional data that provides insights to not only my own business, but obviously for my clients' businesses as well. So tapping into those analytical insights are super helpful and super important. So I'm excited to dive back into that. And that's one of the things I'm excited about for Q2. I think when I look back at Q1, it's small things for me that I felt like pretty impactful. Utilizing things like Zapier more, which might seem kind of strange, but honestly, like creating those levels of automations. For example, like my podcasts, when I upload the file to the Google Drive folder, I have it set up now where it automatically emails my podcast editor to let him know that it's in there. And it seems like a small thing, but there were times that I would upload the file and forget to email him. And then it's like, oh crap, I need to go email him and let him know. So now it just is like, as soon as I'm uploading it, and then it's emailing him. And then when he uploads into our folder for our completed ones, then it literally creates a task for me in ClickUp. And so I've been loving that. Hello, Regina. Thanks so much for popping in. I haven't been live in a while, so I said I'm gonna go live. So happy Friday to you as well. I hope all is going well with you. And so just sharing some reflections, looking back to Q1 and things I'm excited about going into Q2. So I think that as a fellow business owner, I'm sure you have some things that you are excited about as well, and just some reflections on what we can tweak and change as we move forward into Q2. So for me, it was some small things like really adding a bit more automation into my workflows, which it's been a blessing, to be honest, like just little things that allow you to close tabs in your brain. And that's been really helpful for me. And it's just now continuing to build on that and continuing to move forward, especially with just, it feels like a much busier season that's about to take place. So yes, quarter two is going to be greater than Q1. You are absolutely right. And thank you for that. I'm like always just smiling, even when I'm just like, I'm exhausted. Everyone's like, you're still smiling though. So Yeah, so I'm excited though. I feel like there's a lot that's just opening up for all of us. And I think a lot of people are more so stepping into things that they want to do and they have been wanting to do, but have felt like afraid to take, that next step. And if you guys haven't ever caught the episode with Regina Robinson, you need to go catch it because there is so much freedom that comes from us when we're living on that edge and we step over that edge. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to do that more. And whether it's niching down in the things that people are offering or something else along those lines, it's like that freedom is coming back to people. And it feels good. And it feels good to really fully step into who you are and to show up as your authentic self in a way that just radiates because you are operating in your gifting. So I'm excited about that. It's definitely little things that give us so much greater freedom. And they seem small, but it's like little things that like really just go like whoop, everything's together. So I'm looking forward to just what Q2 has to offer. The work that I'm doing with my clients. Um, Q2 is also what, April? Yeah. So the beginning of May, both of my kids, like, that some school, they're gonna like come home, even though one is talking about not possibly coming home. So just really seeing like what summer is going to look like and still just embracing this season of change in my life. They're getting to that point of starting to spread their wings a little bit more. And what does that look like? So I'm excited about all the things that are coming, and I hope everyone else is excited as well. And like I said, I haven't been live in so long, so I'm just popped on here today. If you catch the replay, share with me, what are you celebrating as your wins for this day, this April 1st? And no April Fool's jokes, people. We're just really focused on those, celebrating those wins. What reflections do you have as it relates to your Q1? And what are you excited about as you look ahead to Q2? So I am wishing everybody an amazing Friday. We are in South Carolina, so I am going for a walk later on the beach. It should be at least 4 miles. So I'm looking forward to that, quite honestly. And I don't listen to anything when I'm out there. No headphones. I am literally just focused and present in the moment. And I'm looking forward to it. So I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Thank you so much, Regina, for being here and sharing in the comments. And for anyone else, make sure you leave a comment and I will definitely respond back to you. So have an amazing weekend, people. Bye.